Good morning everyone, welcome back. My first official sit down cozy video of 2019, and this video is actually going to be best beauty products of 2018. I'm going to start everything off with foundation, and I've really included what I've used the most this year and the products that I just think if everything was taken away from me, all my makeup was gone, this is what I would repurchase. And this wasn't a new launch, and this has probably been in my yearly favorites since forever. Like every single yearly favorites this has been in. Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. It's what I'm actually wearing on my skin today. I wear it most of the time. I want like a boom foundation. I have my engagement party coming up. This is going to be the foundation I'm going to wear because it just photographs well, it lasts long, it gives you flawless looking skin. It is just absolutely the best foundation you could get your hands on. It is the one that I would always recommend to people. But for something that's a bit more day-to-day, wearable, easy to use, the Essence in Cushion foundation from Armani, this one actually has my name on it, is amazing. As you can see, mine's like totally loved and battered. I lost a little sponge that came in it. It's actually a really good sponge. It has a little point so you can get under your eyes and around your nose and stuff, but I just put my brush in it and then put it on my face. It's more like a light coverage, but it's just when I don't want my skin to feel like naked but I want a little bit of something, this is really good, and it's a bit more glowy than Luminous Silk. I'm gonna do this in literally the most random order of all time ever, sorry. But this, I'm literally just picking stuff out of my bag, that's why. Oh yeah, by the way, I did have nail polish spill in there, shame. Still love it though. This Neutrogena spot pen is, I discovered it, I think it was around February, March, and every single time I've had a spot since then, this is the only thing I use and love. It is a little light pen. You literally stick it on your spot a few times a day. I think it's twice or 3 times a day. It beeps when it turns off. You leave it on and then it will beep when it's done. And the light actually does help your spots go down. It is unbelievable. At the beginning of the year, I had this like whopper spot. It wasn't a spot. It was literally a planet growing out of my face. And nothing was working. And it was actually when I started going out with Rob, and I remember thinking like, I might need to cancel this date because of this spot. But I managed to cover it up and it went down, and this literally came into my life just when I needed it, when my skin was breaking out loads and I was getting all these like mammoth things growing out my face. So I will never ever be without this. It is in my makeup bag at all times. Even if I go away for a night or 2 days, whenever I go away, it's in my makeup bag. Something that I didn't think I would love as much as I do was the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away concealer. I love the Maybelline concealer with the sponge on the end, and this one, sorry mine's so grubby, but this one also has a little sponge on the end, but it's more pointed at the top so you can actually get in under your eyes a little bit easier. Not the most hygienic way, but actually I've never thought about that until now, like until I'm critiquing it. That is what I would say about it. It is also not as high coverage as the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, but I only really reach for that now on days where I'm like really tired and my eyes are just like really baggy. I think like right now this concealer's under my eyes and it does the job perfectly. It is quite a stretchy concealer. They do describe it as stretchy, and it is stretchy. It really just works into your skin quite nicely. Someone actually called it Spanx for your under eyes. It does just like brighten and lift. My grandma actually uses this more as a foundation across her whole face because she loves it so much, and I think the formula actually keeps my under eyes hydrated as well. I don't notice this like creasing or separating. Speaking of NARS, this was the product that I always saw Lisa Eldridge talk about, but I could never get on board with. It was the smudge proof eye primer, but I couldn't get on board with it because it like had no color and no tint, and I have really veiny eyelids, so I need something to just like go over everything, if that makes sense. But this year they actually launched a tinted one. It's this cream color. You can see it has a bit of coverage to it, but honestly it's the perfect amount to cover up my eyelid veins and make that surface look more even. It just makes all my eyeshadow look so much more like vibrant and vivid and long lasting. When I don't use this, I notice such a big difference, and I actually sometimes when I've forgotten to use it started everything again because I'll put my eyeshadow on and I'll be like, hold on, that's not the same thing. Something that is an old launch from Charlotte Tilbury, I think this was when she first launched her brand like 5 years ago, and something that Estee and I actually discovered this time last year. Well, I discovered through Estee, she told me that she used it, and then since then I've pretty much used it every single day. It is this cream eyeshadow, Eyes to Mesmerize in Bet. Oh, it's the most perfect golden, warm, shimmery, bronzy color. It is the best base for eyeshadow. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now with a bit of shadow over the top of it. It just makes your eye look complete in one step. It almost like contours itself on your eyelids, and it catches the light really beautifully. It has like tiny little shimmer particles. The reason why I actually did have this in my stash when Estee showed it to me, and why I didn't use it so much, was because I find cream pots a bit of a faff, honestly. But this one is really like using an eyeshadow. You literally dip your brush in it, run it all over your lids, and you don't need to spend too long blending it. It really is so easy to blend, and it just lasts so long. Like the formula of that, I swear, if I slept in my makeup, which I don't do by the way, but if I did, that would last. Dior came out with a whole new range of Backstage products this year, honestly, all of which I loved. I loved their eyebrow powder product. I love the eyeshadow palette. I do like the lip palettes, but I'm not a huge lip palette person. I prefer lipsticks. But this one was the real winner for me. This is the Glow Face palette. As you can see, it has a little blush, more of a bronzy blush color, and then two highlights. One is more gold and one is more icy. I actually mix the two when I use them, and I love the blush. I think it's what I'm wearing right now. It's just like a really awakening, gorgeous, blue-toned pinky color. I love how all of these have a slight shimmer to them. My cheeks look a bit shimmery, give you that kind of more oomphy cheekbone kind of look. And the formula of these are actually, you look at them and you see that they're quite pigmented, and you would naturally get quite scared. I looked at that pink and I was like, oh my goodness me, that is an intense pink. But the pigmentation of them is actually perfect. With your brush, you don't actually end up picking up too much or too little. One sweep is absolutely perfect. Mascara I loved at the beginning of this year was the By Terry Expert mascara, and I still do love it. But at one point in the year, it was so popular that it had sold out and it was impossible to get hold of. So I had to end up finding alternatives because I kept running out, and then my sister bought one and then that one ran out. We were like sharing this mascara. It was a total nightmare. I mean, first world problems. But I did find one that I love just as much. So I would put these in together. I would put the By Terry one as more of a everyday mascara, and this one is more of like an oomph mascara. This one is actually waterproof. It's the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It gives you thick, voluminous, clumpy lashes, and I love that look. I do. I'm not like a natural like wisp. I'm just like a whoa, give me the lashes. Like I want my lashes to literally touch my eyebrows if they can, you know? And this does just that. It has one of those like really thick ones that just seems to grab every single little hair you could possibly have. So I absolutely love it. Another product I loved this year was NARS. It was quite a high toss-up between the Dior Backstage eyebrow powder and the NARS eyebrow pencil, and I went with the pencil in the end because it's less of a faff to have one product than like a brush and a powder. But I just find that the color range of the NARS pencil is so good. It has a little spoolie on the other side, which sadly mine has broken, which is really sad actually, but I really can't fault the product. It blends really easily when I work it into my eyebrow. The color for me, my eyebrows, is a really good color. And I did use the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil for years, but I find that this one actually lasts much longer on my eyebrows. Another product that launched this year is the Slim from YSL. Now, I honestly was a bit confused by this concept when I first saw it. It's like a square bullet, but it makes so much sense when you actually use it. It just basically totally neglects the need for lip liner. Obviously, I still use lip liner because I love lip liner, and you all know which lip liner I love. Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk. But if you were in a hurry or you just can't be bothered for lip liner, not judging you, that's fair enough. Although if you try the lip liner that I love, you will be converted because it's the best one. But if you did want to totally ditch that and just use one product, this is amazing because of that bullet. It does actually help you shape your lips really easily. I'm just putting on a little bit over the top of my lip liner. It is a matte formula, but it's actually a really creamy matte. YSL do matte really well. Their tatouage lipsticks also last super long, and they're not drying at all. This one isn't drying. I actually had a meetup in Dublin and I wore the red shade of this Slim and I wore it morning till night. I ate, I totally forgot I was wearing it. It was just like such a comfortable lip color. I would like a bit more nudie pinks in the range, but these two are my favorite shades, shade number 11 and shade number 12. I'm wearing shade number 12 right now. Okay, when it comes to skincare, I am a picky person. And I think one range that really stood out to me this year was the Clinique Take the Day Off range. This is my little mini, which I fill up and take with me, but I don't even have any product left of this to show you. This is what I have to show you. It empty. My big one's empty. Everything of it is just empty. It's just one of those amazing makeup removers that just smooths everything off your face. It doesn't take off your makeup, it literally smooths it off your face. That would be how I would describe it. It's just such an easy product to use. It doesn't tug or irritate my skin. It takes off my eyeshadow, my mascara, absolutely everything. It just melts everything off so beautifully without aggravating my skin, and I absolutely cannot fault it. I also use the dual phase eye makeup remover that also is in the Take the Day Off range, and oh gosh, the whole range is just absolutely dreamy. It's totally dreamy. Another product that I really have fallen head over heels in love with this year is the instant facial cream masks from Neutrogena. They're these little like pod type masks, so they're really easy to use and to take away with you also. There are a few different ones. I love the hydrating one, I love the radiance one, and this is actually the ageless boost. I actually sometimes just use them as a base under my makeup when my skin is like really suffering or really lackluster, and it does literally exactly what it says on the tin. The radiance one gives my skin so much plump juicy radiance that I can really tell a difference when I use it, and when I'm going on shoots that is what I'll use in the morning. And the hydrating one is like when I've just totally left my skin to do its own thing for a week and just been totally neglectful, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really seeing like patches and dryness and tightness. That is what I'll go for. You can leave it on your skin or you can rinse it off also. I actually love leaving it on my skin. I think it works as a great base for makeup, but if I want like a really thick layer, then I will wash that off. They're really affordable as well, and I feel like it's quite an easy to commit to a product this size. So if you want to try something out, you're not like buying a huge thing that you don't know if you're going to love and finish. And moisturizer I love so much is the Clinique Moisture Surge. This has always been one of my favorite moisturizers, but they reformulated it this year. This is actually a little mini travel size. It's one of those moisturizers that I feel like no matter your skin type, you'll get along with it. It's a gel texture, but for a gel texture, you don't actually expect it to be as hydrating as it is. It is a really hydrating moisturizer, but without that thick heaviness that I normally associate really hydrating moisturizers with, and it sinks into the skin really easily. But it smells actually really good, but it doesn't have any fragrance in it. It doesn't irritate my skin at all. I feel like Clinique is one of those brands that my skin just loves because I know there are no ingredients in there that are going to irritate my skin. Another product that launched this year that I love, I really love, favorite skincare brands have to be like Clinique and Elemis. Elemis, I love so many products for, oh my gosh, I can't even. I'm using these day and night skin capsules from them right now, and they're heaven. They're absolute heaven. I've already noticed the difference in my skin, but I've been using them for 2 weeks, so I can't put them in my yearly favorites, whereas this is their overnight matrix. I love overnight skincare products, and I really do feel like they work. This basically is like having a really long night's sleep in a bottle, not a bottle, what is this? A tub. You know when you have a really long night's sleep and you just feel alive again, you feel like you can jump out of bed? Like, this is that, but for your skin. It has a really nice bouncy thick texture, and it gives my skin that boost when I really need it. It's just one of the best overnight hydrators that I've found, where now this year I've noticed all these little linies coming, and this has definitely helped my skin look much less dehydrated and much more plump and ready for the day. This guy changed the game this year. I feel like tanning and this it's revolutionized tanning for everybody involved. This is the Tropez Bronzing Water Mousse. It is a clear mousse, as you can see, which would probably freak you out, as it did with me, and be like, I'm gonna end up really streaky, and this isn't gonna be a good look for me, and I don't even know what the color's gonna be like. Somehow it manages to just blend into your skin. It doesn't have a guide color, but it just works. It's from their new Purity range. I mean, don't get me wrong, you do have to pay attention where you're applying it. You can't apply it with your eyes closed and everything will be fine, but it is not one of those streaky self-tans. The one miracle standout thing about this is that it doesn't get on your clothes. You put it on, you go about your day, it doesn't smell, and it doesn't get on your clothes. I wore, I think it was a white dress. No, it was like a blue and white striped dress. One of the first times I tried this, and it didn't get on my clothes, and I was wearing that dress the whole day. It is absolutely game-changing, especially if you're like me and you don't want a fake tan when you're in bed, but you don't have the day at home. You don't want to stay at home on a Saturday just to have yourself fake tan. This is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing stuff. Doesn't smell, it gives you a really nice natural glow. You can use it also as a top up if you use their original tanning mousse, if you want to just make yourself look even more glowy. It is seriously game changing. Last product I want to mention is what I am giving thanks to my hair for right now, Kerastase Elixir Ultime. I am wearing the oil in my hair right now, and I slept in the hair mask, not last night, the night before, and I do that all the time. I always put my hair in a hair mask, put it on the top of my head and wash it out the next day. Just makes your hair look so shiny and silky and smooth, and just makes my ends look absolutely amazing. Like, I really can't believe the difference when I use these products and when I don't. Like, I actually am like just stroking my hair in total awe because they don't look like straw. That rhymed. I would highly recommend the oil and the hair mask. I think those would be my top two in the range. There's also a shampoo and conditioner. There's an oil mist, but those would be my top two in the range. But honestly, right now, since it launched, that is all I've been using on my hair. Oh my gosh. Whew. That is everything. I'm gonna go now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Everything I talked about will be linked down below, and right now I am uploading every Wednesday and Sunday. This Sunday will be an engagement party planning video, so I hope you enjoy that. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and I will see you then. Mwah. Bye guys.